The motion upon reconsideration is agreed to.
Breaking news. After almost 40 days, the Senate Democrats have voted to end the shutdown, which was the longest shutdown in U.S. history. 8 Democrats voted with Republicans to reach the necessary 60-vote threshold to end the filibuster, and previously, this vote has failed 14 times over the last 40 days. Now, last time the government shutdown ended, Bitcoin rallied 266%. This would be a 5-month rally where Bitcoin would surge over 300%. It would go from about $3,500 all the way up to $13,000. And we had previously talked about the government shutdowns and its effect on Bitcoin. Now, normally you're going to see some chop. Now, I highly recommend go watch the video. It's this video right here. I just changed the title. Should be a little easier to find. Government shutdown ends. Bitcoin will do this now. And I talk about the immediate price action. We look at the other shutdown. So go watch that if you're worried about the next 4 or 5 days. But let's talk about the next 4 or 5 months. Now, this was a huge rally. This is over 300%. But even if you got in during the low from the government shutdown, not where it went lower after the fact, but if you just got in at the bottom of the government shutdown, you're still looking at over a 300% pump, 303%. But when does this shutdown end? That is the $1 million question, or the $130,000 Bitcoin question here. Bettors on prediction market Polymarket are backing that the government shutdown will be lifted on Thursday, with the market showing, this is important, 54% chance is going to happen between Tuesday and Friday. Well, it is a lot different than that. You can see after the vote was announced last night, this is just the past 24 hours for when the government shutdown will end on Polymarket. If you just look at that last night after the Senate voted, most people thought it was going to end today or tomorrow, either the 10th or the 11th. Now, if you fast forward to where it's at now, the markets are saying, okay, there is no chance it's going to happen today. No chance it's going to happen tomorrow. 86% odds it's going to happen on Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. And this is just because a lot of people didn't understand the process. So we must reconcile the House bill with the Senate bill, has to go back to the House, then it goes back to the Senate. This is going to take a little bit of time. We're not going to see the government opening today. But let's talk about price action. This is what's going to be important. We need to see the next level that this government shutdown is going to take Bitcoin to. Now, remember, we might see a little chop. Let's talk about the upside limits here. Where are the speed bumps? Well, I want to give a shout out to Bitcoin Census here. They have about 125,000 followers. They pointed out a falling wedge for Bitcoin. Now, typically, you're going to get a bullish target for this, especially when it's less steep on the bottom line relative to the top line. When it is less steep on the bottom, this is the sellers running out of steam. They're getting exhausted. They're able to push it down less and less each single time. Meanwhile, it is setting up for a nice bullish reversal. Now, I kind of redrew this on my own trading view here, and you'll notice that this is, oh my gosh, leave this in here, editor, leave it in. Sometimes I forget to take off the cursor, but you can see a nice little pump, come back, retest this trend line, and then it's up into the races. But what you're going to notice is we probably are going to shoot above, come back down, and retest. This is where I think we're going to get rejected, and I'll tell you why. $112,000. If you look, this is a liquidation heat map. Now, a liquidation heat map, in short, predicts the price levels at which large-scale liquidation events may occur. And this is a very large-scale liquidation level for Bitcoin. And so when you see this bright yellow line, this is people shorting Bitcoin. And if the price goes up, they are liquidated. So this is oftentimes acts as a magnet for price action. When there's way too many people betting for or betting against something, the market must come and humble everybody. And so we're going to have a lot of resistance around this $112,000 area. And if you look, 112, we just throw down a horizontal line. And then if we switch it to a daily chart here, you can see, okay, this is why. There's a very, very strong level of support. There's also a lot of resistance. This is going to be a point of control, a line in the sand for the bulls and the bears. We must pass by this. We're probably going to get rejected initially, probably going to go back down, get everybody, bearish. Oh, it's over. Then that's when things are probably going to pump. That's what Bitcoin needs to do if we're going to continue setting new all-time highs, because otherwise the bull market's over and October 6th was the top. And in my heart, I just don't think that's the case. I want to give a quick shout out to L Bank Exchange. It is my favorite exchange to start trading all of the hottest meme coins and all of the latest altcoins. And over at L Bank, you can do spot trading, or you can do futures, perpetuals trading, and we're going to have a link down below as well as tutorial on the top of our YouTube page. There are tons of features here on L Bank. They have 24/7 customer support, tons of volume, millions of customers, and they're serving over 200 countries. So go ahead, open up an account, deposit some funds, and start your trading journey. So I'm DZ for Discover Crypto, and I'll see you in your altcoins and your Bitcoin. Everything's pumping now that the government's open. See you at the top.